Hello everybody, this is Pixelissa and we are here playing the game Witchwood, which I think it's a really beautiful game and I really wanted to post it on the channel. And I thought it would be something that people who might watch my videos might enjoy. So yeah, let's get started. Once upon a time, there lived an odd little witch in an odd little house. She spent most of her day tending to her odd little garden and resting in her odd little chair. On this day, however, her sleep is interrupted by an odd little noise. Bah! Who's there? What the crap? Use A to interact. Okay. You devil, how dare you wake a young lady from her beauty sleep? Blah. Shoo, shoo, get out of my house. You mindless beast, you're making a mess. With a swift kick in the rump, you boot the goat through the front door. Alright. When did this place get so cluttered? I could have sworn I swept the hearth just yesterday. First things first, my old grimoire must be around here somewhere. Okay. First things first. Alright. Yeah, it's really loud. Okay. No, why is the volume 100%? Okay. Let's get this down to 40. Okay. Okay. Alright, so that still feels loud to me. That's better. Okay. So we are, what are we doing? Find your grimoire. Okay. Put it in the chest. I'm assuming if it was in here. Oh, there it is. Aha, here it is. It's lighter than I recall. Grimoire contains all of your craftable recipes. You can open it at any time by pressing Y. Okay. Let's see. Okay, we have a mending poultice, and that's it. What's in our nothing's in our inventory. Map, journal. Okay. All my recipes are missing. That damnable creature has chewed up all the pages of my book. Where's my belt? I'll need it to carry my things if I'm to go confront the beast. I must have left it in that trunk over there. Alright. Braided belt. Seeger vine. 2 impi nuts. Its thorny husk is stimulating properties whether ground and consumed or simply stepped on. And reedy twine. Tough plant fibers roughly braided into a thin rope. Okay, we've taken... Oof, my poor back. How long was I napping for? A good dose of medicine ought to soothe these aching bones before I head outside. At least I still have the recipe for my mending poultice. Okay. Speckled herbal paste that heals aches and pains, heals depleted hearts. Okay. Alright, we've got some stuff in here, but it's not the ingredients we need. I gotta turn that... the audio is just bugging the crap out of me. Okay. Everything on 30. Okay, let's go. Looks like we gotta go outside. I need to collect my things first. Okay. I'll take that. Forest herb. And what else? Oh, here's some mushrooms. And more hag shroom. Add it to inventory. Nope. That's all right. Okay. Let's see. Let's check out. Oddly shaped fungus with an evil odor. Forest herb, a light minty plant with healing properties, lovely as a tea. Okay. Now we can craft. I'm assuming we have to take it. Use right trigger. Okay. Now we are all mended. Let's go outside. I just think this is a cute, quirky little game, and it's a fun little playthrough. I'm taking a little break from Fields of Mystery. I thought this would be a fun one to take its place for a while. You step outside into a humid marsh and immediately stub your toe on a twisted root. Ouch, close your eyes for a wink, and the next thing you know, the whole yard's gone to the weeds. Somewhere in the distance, you can hear braying through the dense bramble. Where'd that cross-eyed Billy get to? He could at least put those gnashers to good use on this lawn. Open your map to get a better look at your surroundings. Okay. So, we haven't really discovered much right now. Find the goat in my yard. Where you at, goat? There you are. Bah. Is that all you've got to say for yourself? Bah. Goat coughs up a disgusting hairball. Ah, yes, hello. Hello, can you hear me now? Apologies, it's been so long since I've used a mortal vessel. Yuck, there's dirt in its mouth. Poof, poof. You can talk? Of course I can talk. Has your mind become so filled with cobwebs that you've forgotten your old friend? You wound me, madam. It's good to see you up and about. I was beginning to wonder if you'd ever awakened, though I suppose time flows strangely in this place. Anyway, I've come to collect. Do you have the amount we agreed on? Amount? Amount of what? Oh dear. If you really don't remember, we should go over the contract details again. Down there. Goat nods and its head toward the ancient stone gateway looming nearby. And just how am I supposed to get through that solid rock? You're the one who sealed it last. Take a closer look. I'm sure it will come back to you. Open your witch's eye to inspect objects and creatures and discover their weaknesses. Okay. Let's see. Stone pillar, an unusually large standing stone wrapped in enchanted engravings. We need unveiling powder. Okay. You've learned the recipe for unveiling powder. Don't underestimate your senses, my dear. You may be old, but you can see things others cannot. Hidden weaknesses lying below the surface. Ah, I can see it now. There are shallow runes etched into the surface of the stone, but they're too faint for me to read. A powder of unveiling ought to do the trick. If you hadn't made a snack of my book, I wouldn't have to retranscribe my recipes. I shall not be held liable for any losses or inconveniences incurred as a result of abyssal possessions. By inspecting objects and creatures, you can learn new recipes to craft in your grimoire. Okay, let's check out our grimoire. We need more of that object in the middle there. Let's see. We need more seeker vine. Even the least likely of places, the tenacious ivy always finds a way. Okay, so we gotta find some more seeker vine before we can make unveiling powder. She's pretty fast. It's kind of interesting the way she moves. Some shears will cut these cleanly. I don't have any shears, ma'am. Okay. Aha! Let's grab some more. I like to be prepared. If you've ever watched a playthrough of mine, you'll know that I enjoy hoarding ingredients. Okay, so now we gotta make the unveiling powder. Ta-da! Okay. Let's go use it. Ta-da! You smear a handful of glowing powder onto the runes of the doorway, and a cool blue light emanates from the glyphs and envelops the entrance in its aura. You squint, attempting to discern the meaning of the letters. They appear to be in some obscure runic alphabet. What gibberish is this? It looks like it was carved by a frightened hen. It must be written in the umbral tongue. Allow me to translate. The goat steps up to the doorway and pauses. Well, what does it say? The goat swings its shaggy head towards you. Dark matted wool obscures the creature's beady eyes. I cannot see. Unbelievable. What help are you then? I didn't come here to help. I came to collect. Now do something about this mop of hair, would you? Fine, fine. I think I have some rusty old shears down in the garden. Okay. Find our shears. There's a chest right there. Aha! Root more twine. And we have some shears. Excellent. Come here. Let me give you a haircut. There you go. With much protesting and a nicked ear, you shear away clumps of dirty hair from the goat's eyes. Ah, much better. Oh my. Were you always this grotesque, or is my memory failing me as well? Watch your tongue, or I'll give it a good snip too. Now, can you read the runes or not? Yes. A space beneath. She sleeps alone. Tokens given up to the unknown. Fires of force shall unroot the stone. Braziers burn and await the crone. Crone? Who is it calling a crone? And what are these tokens I'm to burn? Perhaps you ought to take a closer look at those braziers. Okay. I'm gonna grab this mushroom. Okay. Ash-caked brazier. The remains of its last burn are barely discernible. Weaknesses, blue feather. Okay. Dog hair. Little remains in this brazier, but an undeniably acrid smell. Crusted brazier. Some past contents have left a hard residue within. Weakness is frog slime. Glinting brazier. The inside catches the light just enough to suggest some past iridescence. A shiny stone. Okay. Dog hair, bird feather, frog slime, and a shiny stone. I don't suppose you swallowed up any of those things while I was asleep. I don't think so, but feel free to sift through this creature's leavings if you want to be completely sure. However, there's a whole world outside this little swamp, you know. See that gateway over there? The one with the lovely green flame? The goat motions to the far side of your yard. Guess a brisk walk in the woods would do these creaky joints some good. Too much time indoors is bad for the humors. Okay. Let's see. I'm grabbing ingredients. No, I don't see anything over here. Hush, you little turf burger. Okay. Here? It's always nice to make sure you have lots of ingredients. Thick tangled vines have overgrown the ruined entrance. Something sharper than your fingernails will be needed to get through. Snipping and tearing, your shears make short work of the bramble. Okay, let's go. Alright. You cut your way through the remaining vines and suddenly step onto a cold stone dais. Time seems to flow backwards, or maybe it speeds forwards. An oppressive star-filled void stretches as far as you can see. Though there is no wind or sound in this void, a warm fall breeze and the chirping of birds seizes your attention. A doorway. Okay. Here. And what is that? Hearthseed. When thrown sharply against the ground, the seed will spirit you back to your cozy comforts. Back to cozy comforts. Okay. And we apparently have the recipe for it. But it looks like we have to go this way. To the forest. Well, this is cute. Hey, little guy. There's birds. What's that? Hatchet might break this apart. Well, let's pick this up. Hello, kid. Ragamuffin. Oh, wait, lady, what's with that great stinking pot on your head? I would ask the same about all those stinking frogs in your trousers. Ah, you're just jealous. The boy fumbles between trying to wrangle all those frogs and swiping ineffectually at wayward fireflies with the shoddy-looking bug net. Juggling a little more than you can handle. Eh? What exactly are you hoping to accomplish, flailing about like that? Are you daft? Me frogs are hungry, so I gotta catch some of these fireflies to feed 'em. He takes another wild swing, missing his target entirely. Why don't you let me take a few of those frogs off your hands for a moment? That would let you swing that net properly. Oh yeah, I see how it is. You're after me precious prizes. Well, how about I give you the net and you catch me some fireflies? Then maybe I'll think about trading you one of my froggies. Okay. How many does he want, I wonder? We have 5. Well, these hoppers aren't going to stick around with empty bellies. The faster you catch those fireflies, the faster we can eat. Or, I mean, the frogs can eat. The boy shakes the jar, rattling the captured insects like pennies in a piggy bank. Oi, these are nice and juicy. The lads are gonna feast tonight. Now about our deal. You agreed to trade me one of your pets there. Haha, what deal? I don't remember making no deal. A frog squirms out of the boy's overalls and plops down by his feet with a wet slap. Dang it, there goes Slippery Pete. He takes a clumsy swipe at the amphibian, but the creature squeezes out of his grasp and bounces into the underbrush. Aw shucks, I never liked him anyway. If you can catch him, he's all yours. Got him. We've got frog slime. Okay. Let's check our inventory to make sure. Yep, got us some frog slime. Excellent. Now we need a shiny stone, some dog hair, and a blue feather. I think this is a road. Let's follow it. And gather as much crap as we can. Okay. Hello, sir. No, I want to talk to this dude. Hey, you there. Give me a hand, would you? With what? You seem to have everything under control. These stumps aren't going anywhere. My darn useless son was supposed to help me, but he's wandered off again. Probably to go bother frogs and eat bugs or eat some such nonsense. Anyway, I need help clearing away some of these dead logs. It's late in the season and the wood has started to rot. Just be careful of the purple mushrooms. That's something that grows inside. They'll make you powerful sleepy if you breathe in the spores. As much as I do love poisonous fungi, I'm not much of a lumberjack. Nonsense. Anyone can experience the joys of splitting a fine stump. Here, my boy won't be missing his hatchet. Yep, thanks, dude. Okay, what do we check? Not that. Okay, so I know we gotta shop. We gotta find some now. Take that. Thank you. Oh, cool. And we get mushrooms. Okay. Let's check. We've got a simple root. No, that's not what we wanted. Sweet smelling mushroom that brings forgetfulness and slumber. Okay. Is there anything to shop over here? Oh, we just murdered that changeling root. Okay. I did not mean to catch that fairy. That was an accident. Let's see. We got like an acorn holds a mighty oak inside, but this contains more fluid possibilities. Fairy dust, barely visible, makes your fingers tingle at the touch. Firefly, tiny sprite that emanates an unnatural glow, flaps the larval stage of a fairy. Okay. Now I was looking for a log. Wait. Okay. Clear away to the forest. Okay. Hello. The woman spins around on her heels so quickly she nearly hits you with her spyglass. Ah, you startled me. Can't you see I'm busy with my scientific research? Research? What is it you're looking for with that contraption? Why, the famed indigo-tufted forest lark. They're said to be native to this forest, and this forest only. Have you seen one, perchance? You glance upwards at the small blue bird perched atop the oblivious woman's hat. I haven't. Sorry. Shame. Well, it's never too late to open up one's eyes to the wonders of the natural world. You never know what you'll discover. She points at a nearby woodland critter stuffing its cheeks with seeds. Take that squirrel, for example. Spend a few moments watching its behavior and you'll learn everything you need to know about it. Ah, observation is key. Now, if you don't mind, I wouldn't want to miss making an exciting new discovery. The bluebird glances vacantly at you before pooping on the brim of the woman's hat. Okay, so basically if we want to learn how to do stuff, how to capture things, we have to do this. Everything freezes. We need a snap trap. And we've just learned how to make a snap trap. Okay. I'm gonna find a bird. Figure out what their weakness is. Just to be safe. There's a bird. Snap trap. Alright. Now then, let's see. We do not. Okay, we do. And we crafted the wicker work. Okay. We've made a snap trap. Let's make a couple more. Okay. So obviously we need a bird. Let's see. And let's go over here. There we go. We've got our feather. Now we just need a shiny stone and some dog hair. Sir, I have chopped the shit out of things. How much more chopping am I expected to do here? How about I chop you in the butt? Okay. Okay, a catching net. Oh. We've got flower petals. I wonder what we're gonna do with those. Anything else? What's this? It's a deer statue. Aw, man. Oh, jeez. I don't know about this. You tap the man's shoulder and he nearly tumbles headfirst into the well. What's the matter with you? Could have fallen in. And perhaps you shouldn't be leaning over the edge like some wobbly stork. What's so interesting down this well anyway? Well, my grandpappy used to tell me that people drop all sorts of treasure down there. Just waiting for someone to dig it up. Got myself a trowel and thought I'd give it a go. But the rope's out and it looks awful dark and damp. I get goosebumps just thinking about the ghoulies that might be lurking down there in the shadows. Ever considered those ghoulies might get goosebumps thinking about you lurking up here in the sunlight? No, not really. Not sure if that makes me feel any better about them, actually. Maybe the business of treasure hunting isn't for me after all. Here, why don't you take on my trowel? I don't think I'll be needing it. You can go down into the well and see those ghoulies yourself. Sure. Thanks. This old well is deep and dark. You might be able to climb down into it, but the rope is long since rotted away. You toss a length of strong homemade rope down into the darkness. It seems like it should support you without much fuss. Okay, looks like we're... What's this over here? Oh, we gotta cut it. We'll just take that. Cool. Let's go into the well. Dude, try not to barf. Not attractive. Okay. Gold coin. Gold coin. I'm assuming we need to use this. Oh, clay. More clay. Not the most exciting treasure, but I suspect we'll be able to use it. And this looks like I could collect some water with a jar. Okay, I don't have a jar. And that's our shiny stone, I think. Wait, right there? Yes, we got a shiny stone. And I want to grab that frog. There we go. Thank you. Hey, it's a treasure chest. It's locked. No, I want the chest. It's locked. Okay, well, I like treasure, so, you know, feel free to give it to me. Thank you. Something stirs inside but does not emerge. Okay. See you around. I want the treasure. Okay. The only thing left on our list is dog hair. Let's go back up. Okay. You really need to chill out. It wasn't that bad. I don't think we can go in there. But we can chop this. Oh, give me that. And that. Thanks. Okay, so this place is currently off the menu. Anything over here to chop? I just really love the artwork in this game. It's so pretty. It's like you're in a book. Alright. Hey, dude. Evening, ma'am. Come to check on the pottery. I'm afraid I just fired the kilns up, so there'll be a while still. Pottery? Wow, I was just admiring that fine canine over there. You point to a scraggly-looking mutt patrolling the yard. May I give her a petting? Oh, you can try, but I wouldn't if you value your fingers. She's a touch bitey today and doesn't much like people going near the ovens. I have a way with animals. Surely I can find something to calm her down. Sephoric morsel and shears. Got it. Okay. Now we know how to make a sephoric morsel. We need sephoric potion. We need water. We don't have water. How am I gonna get water? Bye. Okay. Got water. Thank you. Now I need to go back down into the well to get the water. Excellent. Alright, kid. I'll be right back. I appreciate that they make you have to like hold it because you don't want to accidentally go down while you're in the middle of doing other important things. Okay. Yeah, I'm assuming we just go here. There. We got the recipe for an empty jar. If we need the coal. Okay. So it's important for us to dig up at the fires to get everything we need to make jars. Okay. Let's see. Let's craft 2 of those. There. Excellent. Sir, do you need therapy? I feel like you need therapy. Don't mind me, I'm just eating potatoes. Chomp chomp. I'm gonna hurry up, I think. There we go. And we've got everything. Frog slime, blue feather, shiny stone, and dog hair. That's all I need for those braziers. I should head back home now. Alright. Time to go home. Yep. Okay. Shut your yap hole. I don't trust you. Okay. Ash, the brazier awaits an offering. Yes. Strong force pulls the feather down into the large basin like a magnet. It bursts into a bright flash of light as cold flames engulf its essence. Next, the brazier awaits an offering. Let's throw that dog hair in there. The dog hairs take a moment to fall from your fingers, fluttering down into the basin one by one. The fur bristles into foul-smelling coils before erupting into a cold green flame. Next, the brazier awaits an offering. Yep, here's your frog slime. You gently squeeze globs of wet slime from your satchel into the basin. The mucus bubbles and pops before cold flames reduce it to fine, odorless ash. Thanks, I definitely needed that description. The brazier awaits an offering. Yep, here's your stone, dude. You drop the stone into the basin with a resounding chiming sound. Fracture trace across the pebbles before it cracks open and a cold green light swallows it within its flames. The emerald flames in the brazier play strange shadows across the stone doorway. You watch as fingers of shadow crawl up the rock face and crack open the solid granite like stale bread. Stone crumbles away into darkness, revealing a yawning stairway descending down into the cold earth. After you, madam. I don't like where that's going. Let's go. Here we are. Remember your contract with the goat. This place looks suitably ominous. Encased inside a gilded crystal coffin lies the body of a young woman. Though she sleeps in an enchanted slumber, her ageless features express a deep sadness. The sound of cloven hooves echo across the marble floor as the goat comes to your side. Quite something, isn't she? Do you remember bringing her to me? I brought her to you? Why? Who is she? I haven't the faintest idea. All I know is you brought her lifeless form to my doorstep and begged me to save her soul. Save her from what? And why is she asleep? Why from the 12 wicked souls whom you said wronged her in life, villains who deceived her and cheated her and broke her spirit. And as we agreed here, she will sleep until our contract is fulfilled, until you bring me those 12 wicked souls. What? I remember no such contract. Our pact is binding, regardless of what you do or do not remember. At the goat's words, you feel something hard and dark locked away in the depths of your heart. It speaks the truth. And just why should I do your bidding? Seems like a lot of bothersome trouble to me. What do I care about some sleeping beauty? Bring me 12 souls, and I will release the sleeping maiden from her slumber. Our agreement will be fulfilled. Who knows, in time you may even remember why you brought her to me in the first place. Or you can simply return to the comfort of your little hovel, where you will waste away until the weeds grow so thick that not even your shears will be able to cut you free. And your mind will stay as empty as that grimoire of yours. But it is a big decision to make so hastily. Why don't you sleep on it? A heavy weight fills your marrow. Your eyelids flutter, barely able to stay open. What have you done to me? I can't stay awake. Okay, well, we're awake now. Anything interesting? Okay, let's go outside and see what's going on. Good morning. I trust you've made up your mind. Will you collect the souls I've asked for, Would you prefer to stay stuck in this festering swamp? Alright. No need to get your horns in a twist. I'll do as you ask. You haven't given me much choice. Splendid. As it happens, I can already sense the first 4 souls we seek. 2 are in the forest, another in the swamp to the north, and the last in the fields to the south. Could you be more specific? Near a shapely stump, perhaps inside a tree with a face, by an overgrown mushroom grove? What do I look like? A compass? Go out there and look for yourself. Okay. Alright. The bear and the... Okay, so here's our quest. We gotta find the bear in the forest, the ox in the fields, the leech in the swamp, and the snake in the forest. Okay. Can we make one of these? We can. Let's make a couple. Okay, so you need 2 of the petals. Got it. We're not going to use them, but having them is useful. Alright. Let's see. Always make sure you have a ton of ingredients. That's what I always say. Well, now we know we need the bear from the forest, so let's head out. We'll see. I guess we just start asking around. Okay, what does it say? Oh, we can go to the lakeshore path? What's that about? Oh, okay. Who's this guy? Oi, stop right where you are. Yeah, no one but soldiers are allowed into the lakeshore camp. And you don't look like no soldier. Yeah, that's not a standard issue helmet. I just came to visit my, son? I don't think so. The captain said no visitors, so buzz off. Yeah, unless you're the quartermaster, you ain't getting in. Hey, where's that nervous wreck anyway? You ought to be back with that shipment of honey by now. Okay. So... The bear. Find the quartermaster in the forest. Another hapless fellow is carved in splinters at the southern edge of the forest. Got it. Let's go. Southern edge of the forest. So we keep going this way. Maybe we'll find him. Let's go. There's that and that. All right. I'll probably have 10 tons of stuff in my bag by the time I'm done here. But at least I won't be running out of crap. Or I will anyway, and it will suck. Oop. Nope, this one. There we go. Okay. Looks like we got everything. Alright. Let's get some of this. Okay, we got a soot sprite. And what are we gonna do with that soot sprite? Often beneath one's notice, these are true power behind the raging. These are the true power behind a raging flame. Suitable for exchange as currency. Okay. So all you care about is shopping? Okay. It's at the southern edge of the forest, so I guess we just keep following this road. We should eventually find him. There we are. Oh, hello there. Sorry. I think I managed to get most of the debris off the road. Looks like you've made a fine wreck. What on earth happened to your cart? Yes, well, you see, I was sent on a very important mission by the order of my captain, the bear. The bear, you say? What sort of mission? It's my job to make sure the Lakeshore camp is well stocked with provisions, but most importantly a steady supply of honey for the bear's favorite mead. I was just on my way back from the apiary with a careful when a deer or something darted out of nowhere. Jostled my poor mule so bad that she broke her bridle and ran off. My own heart nearly leapt out of my ribcage. Piled the darn cart right into the ditch, she did. Now every barrel is smashed, and I can't bring myself to report back empty-handed. The bear will have my guts for garters. I'm sure of it. This bear sounds like quite a brute. Oh, you don't know the half of it. He doesn't get his honey mead, heads will roll. Maybe you could lend me a hand. I can't very well put this broken cart back together. No, nothing like that, but could you take a message to the sergeant of the Lakeshore camp? He's a reasonable fellow, and let him know what happened. Maybe he can get me out of this bind. You can get to the Lakeshore camp if you follow the road to the northwest of here. I need to stay with the cart and assess the damage. Oh dear. Okay. I've been to the Lakeshore camp, and everyone there's a jerk. Okay. There we go. Anything else? Nope. Okay. See, now the road is open. Oh shit, it's a tree. Well, it looks pissed. Oh dear. Okay, I'm leaving. is that? Fairy shrine. Curious. Okay. Unveiling powder and catching net. Okay. What a pretty tree. This is a pretty tree. Hello, hello guys. Oh, that looks like it's gonna try to murder me. Let's see what it is. Dreadful doll. Talks big but is cowardly at heart. Oh, I learned how to make a sewing kit. I can't do that yet, but I learned the recipe. Nothing there. You approach a young woman weeping sorrowfully into her palms. She catches her breath for a moment and looks out longingly over the placid lake. Oh, my sweet songbird, why have you forsaken me to a life devoid of your love? Tears well up in her eyes as she buries her face once again. You consider leaving this melodrama well enough alone, but something about this poor girl reminds you of the maiden slumbering under your house. You draw out a tattered handkerchief and offer it to the maiden. There, there, dry your eyes, my child, and tell old Granny what the matter is. Oh, thank you. You're very kind. She takes the cloth and daintily dabs at the corners of her eyes, swallowing the last of her sobs. She composes herself before sighing wistfully. It's my beloved, such a sweet and romantic man. With the voice of a meadowlark, Ah, I get it. He dumped you. Well, don't worry. There's plenty of other frogs in the swamp. What? No, he loves me, and I him. Though our families would never allow us to be together, he'd come and sing outside my balcony every night. One night, we both vowed to escape and meet by this lake. Her lip quivers. I waited and waited under the waning moon, even past the morning sun, but he still didn't reveal himself. Tough break. Maybe he just wasn't that into you. The woman snaps at you with sudden vitriol. He would never abandon me. We're destined to be together. She slips back into a melancholic gaze out over the lake. Even now, I can still hear the beautiful melody of his lute coming from across the water. Over the dull sounds of lapping waves and quacking waterfowl, faint notes of some faraway stringed instrument whisper through the reeds. Oh, I hear it too. Maybe you aren't just mad in love. It's coming from somewhere in the middle of the lake. He's out there somewhere. I just know it. She crumbles into another dramatic bout of inconsolable tears. Now, I'm sure it's just some echo bouncing off the shore. I'll go find where this tardy bard of yours has run off to. Okay. We aren't there yet, it seems. He's strongest on this shore, but even here you can't quite place the source. It seems to be emanating from the half-sunk ruin poking out of the lake's water. Maybe that fool bar's hiding way out there. Bah, but I swim as well as the hens fly. Suddenly some unseen voice chitters mockingly into your ear. Ho ho, hee hee, the musical man you'll never see. You spin around, but no one's there, just a nattering laughter bouncing off on the wind. Who's there? Show yourself, spirit. Oh, okay. Let's see. Looks like we need more of this. Too canny to snatch with that. Okay. You snap your hand around the elusive creature and squeeze. Ugh, let me go, you knobbly pot. You're crushing the life out of me. You trifling little pest. What do you know about this music? Music? What music? All I hear is the slapping waves and the peeping birdies, and your wrinkly old ears must be full of bugs. Don't you play smart with me, I'll pop off your head like a daisy. Ooh, you mean that music? It's the sound of the snakes traveling circus. I thought everyone knew that. Circus stays still, but the door's thing that travels, you see? And right now the door's out on the that lake, but you'll never get in. Yeah. You give the wretched sprite a good shake, and a shower of glittering dust sheds off its wings. Tell me how to cross the lake, or I'll make a necklace from your teeth. Ugh. Only Fey folk could show the way. Dirty fairies built a bridge. Keep all the big folk out unless the snake invites them in. You're a fairy, aren't you? Where's this bridge? Huh. We're a pixie, not one of those flamby-pamby mushroom herders. Besides, the bridge is invisible to big stompers like you. Creature peers over your shoulder and waves its tiny arms. Oh look, there's a fairy now. Why don't you ask her? You turn to look, but in your moment of distraction, Pixie sinks its sharp teeth into your finger. Ouch, you sneaky little blighter. Springing free from your grasp, the slippery monster chitters a laugh and vanishes in a cloud of smoke. You look down at your dust-covered hand. Fairy or not, this bridge must be around here somewhere. Okay, what's this? Pushing aside thrushes and cattails, you find a strangely carved pedestal. It might be mistaken for a bird bath if you didn't know any better. As you run your finger around the edge of the bowl, remaining pixie dust on your hand flakes off as if drawn by an invisible force. Crude pictographs appear on the surface of the basin. They depict a coiled snake presiding at the center of some kind of festival. Directions on how to reveal the bridge are carved on the outside. You see symbols resembling fey dust, dancing fireflies, and bird feathers. Okay, so I need 3 bird feathers. Got it. I need 2 more. There we go. Oh. Bait stick. Tempting but deadly morsel for meat-eating creatures. Useful against noose, dragons, flies, and bats. Nice. I've learned how to make a bait stick. Okay, so we've got 2 major quests. One. What's this? Oh. One, we have to go let them know the quartermaster is having some problems. And the other, we have to reveal the bridge. Okay. Let's just go over here and let the birds do their thing. Okay. Back off. Shut up. I don't want to go in the swamp right now, I don't think. Okay, we need... Yeah, 1 feather, I need 2 more. Oh shit. I didn't even notice that guy was there. Okay. I don't think you have to actually wait for a bird to be nearby. Okay. Yeah. They'll come. Regardless, let's look at our map. Yeah, we're almost there. Let's just follow this. Sorry, I'm drinking lemonade. It's blended lemonade. I made it in my blender. Hey, where do you think you're going? Yeah, no one but us soldiers are allowed to... Yeah, I know. Get out of my way. I have urgent news of your quartermaster. I need to speak with your sergeant. Urgent. Only thing that's urgent is a line for the latrine, or if the captain hasn't had his drink. That's right. Captain Bear is in a right foul mood. You can't come in unless you want a good thrashing. Guard almost has to shout over the clattering din coming from inside the camp. You heard him. It's dangerous in there. Wouldn't have the heart to let a frail old granny like you near that beast. One guard turns the other with a conspiratorial shrug. Yeah, but who are we to say what's good for her health? Oh, yeah, you're right. You might be convinced to look the other way if we are fairly compensated. Right, fairly compensated, of course. We'd be sticking our necks out after all. There you go. Carefully press 3 heavy gold coins into the palm of the waiting guard. There, I expect you two can divide them evenly amongst yourselves. Right, 1 for you and 2 for me. What? You mean 2 for me and 1 for you? I am the one who does all the real guarding around here. You still owe me for that game of dice you lost. You cheated me. Give me them coins. 2 guards fall into fisticuffs and roll into the bushes, leaving the gate to the camp wide open. But a couple of dipsticks. Here's another chest. Mending poultice. Blood. Okay. As you cautiously approach, the bear drains the last of his enormous tankard and smashes it against the head of a nearby soldier, knocking the hapless men to the ground. And then I walloped him just like that, so next time I catch any of you cowards turning tail, I'll skewer you like a fish and leave your guts for the gulls. Suddenly noticing that his drink is gone dry, the bear bellows to the skies. More mead, you yellow-bellied worms, more drink, bring me my delicious honey mead. Soldiers taking cover nearby exchange nervous glances at each other, none wanting to confront the bear. There is no more honey mead. The bear wipes a strand of drool from his sagging lips and his bleary eyes slowly focus on you. A mocking smirk splits his face as he waves at you with his great spiked mace. Say, now that's a funny-looking helmet. Soldier, I ever tell you the time I crushed the bucket-headed barbarians of the western mountains? You decide that now is a good time to leave the bear to his ramblings rather than make yourself an unfortunate prop in his war stories. The bear kicks an empty tankard at you as you retreat back into the camp. That's right, go get me more mead, you good-for-nothing sluggard. What a jerk. Take cover. Where's the... You can't go in there. It's the bear's tent. Where's the sergeant? The frenetic-looking officer shouts hurried orders at whoever will listen, but most of the camp soldiers are busy cowering or knocked out cold. Man the gates, you over there. Secure the perimeter. We just need to hold out a little longer. Sir, we're running out of men. What's that damn shipment of honey? You step over an unconscious footman to address the man in charge. I might be able to answer that question. Who let this old bat into the camp? I found your quartermaster. He's having a bit of a car trouble on the road. I'm afraid your shipment isn't going to get here anytime soon. What? Oh, curse my rusty britches. Without that honey and other supplies, we can't make the honey mead. The bear's gonna flatten the whole camp when he finds out. Camp looks half flattened already. What's all this ruckus about? Well, the bear is the greatest warrior there ever was, which is grand and all when we're fighting the enemy. But once we set up camp, he likes to use us poor sods as playthings to reenact his conquests. And the only thing the bear loves as much as fighting is drinking. Guzzles up so much honey mead we have to brew it right here in the camp just to keep up. He points to a squat-looking device tucked near some tents, a portable brewery. Without that shipment of ingredients, I don't see how we can ever calm the bear down. He'll snatch us all into pace before the sun rises. Let me take a look at this brewery of yours. If the bear is so in love with brawling and boozing, then perhaps it's about time he received a dose of his own medicine. You inspect the brass contraption, a tank here, a hopper there. The bitter smell of alcohol is infused into the well-worn metal. Despite the needlessly complicated dials and tubing, at the end of the day, the brewery is really just a fancy cauldron. This seems simple enough. I should be able to concoct just the potion for your troubles. The rattled sergeant shrugs his shoulders at you. Sure, if you think it'll help, but you'll need to fuel the darn thing first, or supplies are mess. So you'll have to figure it out on your own. You open the brewery and inspect its complicated innards. Okay. You snap kindling into the pieces and scatter it into the bottom compartment of the brewery. Should be fuel enough for the job. Okay. So we're gonna examine the brewing equipment. We didn't find anything in there. Okay. What's in the chest? Twine, meat, grain. Okay. That looks like grain. We're gonna need water. So we'll just go ahead and make those. Let's see. I don't think I need that right now. Or that. I don't need those. Let's put them right there. So then we'll just grab these and put those right there. Excellent. Anything else around here I can steal? I don't even like bears. They're scary. Okay. Let's head back. Now, let's look at our map. Yeah, gotta go this way. Oh, that's the swamp. We're not going there yet. Ouch, you little bastard. I'm leaving. Ow. Oh dear. Okay. There, take a nap, you little booger. Did I already get into here? Yeah, I already stole from there. Okay. This way. Uh-huh. You shake out the fine dust into the bowl and it settles evenly to its inside surface. Uh-huh. The fireflies alights upon the edge of the bowl, stepping delicately until they are evenly spaced. Placed into the basin, the feathers arrange themselves into perfect triangular symmetry. The basin begins to glow a soft yellow as the fireflies arise from the muck within. They begin to dance up and down, drawing circles above the bowl. Glittering rains gently glitter rain gently shimmering as it catches rays of sunlight. Slowly the particles trace the form of a bridge leading from the edge of the water to the center of the lake. You tentatively test the strength of the spectral walkway and find that it's strong as if it were made of solid stone. There we go. There's the bridge. Alright. Okay. Seems to be in some kind of trance. Okay. An egg, more coins, and another shiny rock. Can't go in there. Let's go in the tent. See what's up with the snake. First off, we're doing this. Weaknesses unknown. Draped in glittering jewelry, the serpent stares intently into the crystal ball as you approach. Welcome, my dear, welcome. I saw that you would come here in search of answers. I just came here in search of a bard. That's him outside, right? With a lute? The minstrel? Yes, he is working off a debt to me. All those folks out there seem a touch addled. What did you do to them? They're all humble folk looking for something, just as you are. I am here to provide them with my services in exchange for a bit of work. So what are you, some sort of carnival wizard? Making quite the racket in my forest. A wizard? No, no, no. I am a seer, a squire of the hidden mists, a foreteller of fortunes and keeper of secrets. Fancy titles you've given yourself. Sounds like you're nothing but a used cart salesman peddling your wares to the gullible. Ah, skeptic. Step closer and let the crystal ball reveal its mysteries. Snake's voice drops low and seems to fill the tent with a heavy weight. I am a helper of sorts, an unraveler of knots. I make the forgotten remembered. You feel the scaly touch of a slithering coil's winter wind around you, but you are powerless to move. And you have forgotten much. The snake's eyes swirl in a pattern you've never seen before. Imperceptible colors collapse into themselves and fracture into kaleidoscopic mosaics against the canvas walls. A voice speaks from far away. It takes you a moment to realize that it's your own. I have forgotten so much. Let me help you find your answers. The serpent's coils slowly squeeze the consciousness out of you. With a desperate push of willpower, you blink away from the snake's hypnotic gaze. Wait, get off of me, you worm. You wiggle your body like a sack of loose twigs. Despite your protesting bones, you manage to squirm free and tumble backwards out of the tent. Yeah, I didn't think that was going to go well. When your eyes open, you find yourself back outside the snake's tent. You pick yourself up from the ground and dust off your shoulders. Oomph. Guess that sly serpent has some tricks up his sleeve. Better come up with a plan for the next time I go in there. The small patron seemed confused after your tussle with the snake, as if the spell over them was momentarily shaken. The crowd disperse as they fumble about in a haze. Now's my chance to get a word in with that bard. Maybe I can get him out of this mess. Strumming his lute, the strapping young man has a faraway look in his eyes. Is it wistfulness, nostalgia, or even hypnosis? Wander I may, but ne'er away from she I call my lover. To my chagrin, I stumbled in and met the gaze of another. Curious, I stared, I was not prepared, and this was my mistake. A binding gaze, now I live my days in the service of the snake. Cry not for me, for there is she that might still see me saved. My spirits they lift as she holds a gift from before I was enslaved. A mirror but shattered, its pieces have scattered. If mended, we may be set free. Down the wishing wellspring to the swamp's moonlight ring and hiding within the pixie's tree. What's all this about? A broken mirror? You gave it to that weepy maiden? Speak plainly, you warbling fool. No matter what you do, the poor musician barely seems to realize you're there. He just keeps strumming his lute and humming his mournful tune. Maybe that lovesick miss will know what he's on about. Okay. Let's go talk to her. Oh, still my beating heart. Have you any news about my dear sweet love? I found him at the carnival, but he's been mesmerized by the snake. Unless I can break the spell, no one in that carnival can leave. The snake. Say it isn't so. I've heard how he grants wishes, but only for a terrible price. Why would my love be so desperate as to consort with that charlatan? I haven't a clue, but he's stuck deep. The only thing I managed to get out of him was something about a mirror. Do you know anything about that? A mirror? Oh yes, that was the first gift he ever gave me. From inside her bodice, she produces a small, cracked hand mirror. But one night, it slipped from my balcony and shattered on the cobblestones. I tried to piece it back together, but I could never find the last 3 shards. The song mentions something about a wishing well, a moonlight swamp, and a pixie tree. Keep that mirror close. I'll seek out the missing shards and return them to you. Oh, thank you. I should very much love to see it whole once again. Okay. Let's see. Shards of the mirror. Need well water and craft a cinder rocks. Okay. So these 2 quests dovetail quite nicely. The snarled tree is littered with countless trinkets and bits of trash glued haphazardly together to form a glittering hive. You reach for a sharp piece of broken glass that could be the mirror shard, but pull your hand away at the last moment. 1,000 beady eyes peer out the tree's knotholes. A familiar cackling voice floats above the others. You again, Kettlehead? What you want now? I've come for that mirror shard. Hand it over and I won't have to strangle you again. No, wait, we need shinies to keep gross fairy folk away. Best fairy repellent there is. What? Since when are fairies afraid of shiny things? Well, I don't see no fairies around, do you? But maybe we can work something out. That smelly mushroom herder's I've been encroaching on our turf, see? They've been building those stupid little stone shrines of theirs, and worse yet, they've been hiring mercenaries to guard them. So we can't go anywhere near them, but maybe a big stomper like you can take care of the problem for us. Then you'll give me that shard? Hey, if there ain't no fairies, we won't need no fairy repellent. Alright. You little turds. I see you. So we gotta get rid of... Ow! Get away from me. Let's go this way. Okay. I'm gonna make some more healing potion. Okay. Let's lure him. Okay. I should make a deal with that dryad first. This guy? Okay. That didn't go the way we wanted it to. Can I? Nope. I can't make that until I go to the... I have to go to the swamp. Okay. Let's heal. Let's look at our map. Map. Yeah, it looks like we gotta go to the swamp. Which we get to... through here. Okay. You little shits. I'll make you pay. Okay, so it says I need these. But I don't have all the ingredients. I'm assuming we will get some of the ingredients in the swamp. No. Okay. Look at that little shit. Okay. We're going into the swamp now. This place is certainly very swampy. No. Okay. Ow. Smoke it out. Alright. Here. We'll do this. Spirit salts. Smoke pellets. Okay. Bait stick. Okay. How do we make a smoke? Oh, we have everything we need for that. Do we? Oh, I need more clay. Okay. Can I get clay around here, or? Could collect some water. What's in here? A sewing kit. Neat. Excellent. I guess we gotta talk to this lady. Who's there? My eyes have gone milky. Please come a little closer, sister. I don't believe we've met before. Why do you call me sister? I don't need sight to see someone who's also signed a dark contract. The woman looks blindly through you, though you can sense her focus. Contract, so you've had dealings with the damnable goat too? What sort of pact did he rope you into? Oh, you know how it is. I was young and he weren't no goat when I knew him. We used to dance naked under the blood moon and raise the dead to frighten old country folk. Ah, but it's ancient history now. Old age comes for us all, and eventually you've got to hang up the sacrificial dagger and settle down into the comforts of retirement. I know the feeling. I miss my cozy chair and little fireplace. Seems like a fine spot you've got here. Well, it's not all posies and pumpernickel. She clutches worriedly at the moth-eaten blanket in her lap. What's rattled your bones? Maybe I can help. It's my dear old husband, handsome chap, although a bit clumsy. He had a tumble trying to weed out some swamp traps from the yard. Awful thing. Likes to snap at your toes when you're not looking. Anyway, he twisted his ankle pretty bad and went off to the sick house to have it looked at. But that was a few days ago. He should have been back by now. And these legs haven't worked right in decades, so I can't even go to check up on him. Been so worried. I even thought about making another contract. Don't you dare. You just wait here. I'll go find him and see what the bother is. Thank you, sister. The sick house is down the road to the west. Be careful of the critters along the way. You got a taste for blood. Okay. What are those things? Some clay. There we go. Well, that's creepy. Embalming salts? Yeah, this is a creepy place. I think I need more frog slime. There we go. I think I need this. Aha! That's what I figured, but I wasn't sure. Oh shit, who's that guy? I'm leaving, I just needed to steal some shit. You know how it is, right? Come here, you jerk. Thank you. Okay. Smoke cullet. Excellent. Alright. Let's see. There we go. Place the power bit to an end. Okay. Okay, I'll just put that back up. Can I make one? Okay. Let's go into our inventory. And put that bait stick up there. No. Now you little bitch. Okay. Let's see. I don't think I want to go that way. I don't care about you. I got a butt ton of you. I need clay. There we go. What am I missing? Whatever that green thing is. Fields. Hopper leg and grain. Okay. Alright, I have other things I need to examine. Okay. There we go. Get on the bridge, please, ma'am. Where are you? Maybe I got them both. Rising body, plant growth. Sprout has lifted his body almost to standing, still dead though. Embalming salts. Okay. Toxic thistle, snail. Okay. Sacrifice and share. Strike, a juicy offering to powers greater. Powers with many gnashing teeth useful against strikes. Okay, fine. I just wanted to see what your deal was. Now that I have, I shall go. Stick totem. Someone built this effigy to pay respect to the moon. 'The moon, in turn, has given it life. Stick totem. Someone built this effigy to pay respect to the moon. The moon, in turn, has given it life. 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 The moon, in turn Suspicious stump. Okay. The thick moss growing on this massive fallen trunk seemed to recoil at your touch, revealing strange etchings on the bark below. Slowly, a spark of swirling energy seeps forth from the waterlogged wood until an ethereal doorway opens before you. Ta-da! That's our exits. And a feather. Very handy. I'm going to pretend like I'm not concerned in the slightest about where that feather came from or why it was sitting there. Give me that shit, thank you. Alright. Let's see what this guy's deal is. Troll, an impassable hulk unless perhaps he likes you. Totem, a crude simulacrum of a human form, branches lashed together with scraps. Hey dude. Fat Troll sits squarely in the middle of the bridge, busy scratching an itch on his back with a fallen tree. His unmatched girth blocks the path forward. Out of the way, you big galoot. He shifts his mask and releases a loud fart as you attempt to circumvent him. Oof, fine, keep your bridge. I'll come back when the vapors have dissipated. Okay. That was uncalled for. Piss off, you jerk. Oh, okay. Let's see. Yeah, I can make some. Okay. Magic paste. Let's murder him while he's asleep. Same with this guy. Let's see. Okay. I have no idea what we're doing with those rocks, other than clean them up for right now. I'd like to go ahead and make a bunch of smoke. Can I get on the bridge? It can be a little difficult to, like, see where you're going sometimes. Just a wee bit. Listen, you little bitches. I'm just gathering a bunch of crap right now. Get away from me, you jerk. am I? Alright. Just go this way some more. I want to fix my inventory a little bit. Okay. I use those the most. So they're all together. Okay, that's better. Let's go around. Okay. I'm gonna have so many mushrooms when I'm done. Okay. All right. And that was the first episode of Witchwood. Thanks everybody for watching. Please remember to comment, like, and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. And check out the game. It's an older game, but it's a good one. So, yeah. Thanks for watching. Have a good one. Good night.